Now, gents, these first two body language cues that women find irresistible, if you can master just these two, you are never going to have a problem starting a conversation with a beautiful woman. So what are these cues? What are these magical secrets? Guys, it's actually very simple. Strong eye contact and smiling at the right moment.
One drink.
Now, don't confuse simple with easy to master. So many guys hear these two cues and they think, oh, well, I'll just stare and I will smile all the time. You do that and she's going to think you're a psycho. And gents, we don't want that to happen, so that's why it's so important to understand the nuance difference between staring and strong eye contact. Strong eye contact, about 1 to 2 seconds, depends on the culture of the country. For some of you guys, it's going to be 2.5 seconds. Other people, yeah, a good 3/4 of a second, which doesn't seem like much of a difference, but when you understand the primal nature of eye contact and what can be conveyed in just microseconds, it is a big difference. And then there's the second part of that. How do you react to the eye contact? So many people, so many men, their natural reaction is to look down, to look away. Just, we're shy, we're embarrassed. It may be our nature, but here's the thing. You've got to practice giving that fun, subtle smile. It may not come naturally. And that's why you want to go out there and try this. Practice it. You will fail. It won't work sometimes. But when it does, guys, yeah, when it does, that's what makes it all worth it. This next body language cue that women find irresistible, a lot of guys know this because we look for it in a woman to be able to signal, hey, is she interested in us? And that is touching your hair. When a woman touches her hair, we know that, okay, she's a little bit nervous. She's actually cares about how she looks. She's interested in the person she's speaking with. Well, guess what, guys? It goes both ways. And this goes back to our primal roots, just simply a soothing thing that we do when we're around someone that we're maybe a little bit nervous. We want to impress. She picks up on it as well, and don't stop doing it because she loves it. And gents, let's talk about hair. Let's talk about attractiveness. For so many of you guys looking at yourself in the mirror, you can't imagine what you would look like without your hair. So imagine your shock when you're in the shower and you notice the drain is getting clogged with hair. You're shampooing your hair and you notice you've got hair in your hands. Gents, you're not alone. Did you know that 2 out of 3 guys will experience male pattern baldness before they turn 35? Gents, if this is you, you need to check out Keeps. Guys, Keeps is the sponsor of today's video. I've talked about them for years because they've made it so easy for you to keep your hair. Seriously, you don't have to go broke to avoid going bald. You see, Keeps offers generic versions of the only 2 FDA-approved products out there to keep your hair at an unbeatable price. Oh, and on top of that, they've got a prescription shampoo to keep your scalp healthy as well. Gents, it's all about prevention and starting as soon as you start to see hair loss. Keeps products have a 90% effective rate once you start to use them to further stop hair loss. First up, you want to use the link down in the description of today's video to sign up in a matter of minutes. Once you sign up, you're going to answer a few questions and snap some photos of your hair. Next up, a licensed physician is going to review your info and recommend the right treatment for you. Gents, no waiting rooms, no pharmacies, no checkout lines. Instead, you get the doctor's attention, diagnosis, and prescribed meds delivered to your door every 3 months. I'm linking to Keeps down in the description of today's video. Go to keeps.com/armors, click on that link, take advantage of this limited time special offer. All right, so for this next cue, watch my face closely. Did you spot it? The slight raising of the eyebrows. Now, I like this body language cue because it goes both ways. Both men and women, whenever they see someone they're interested in, they oftentimes raise the eyebrows. It's very slight, but if you see it, it's a good sign. Next up, we've got touching the chin or stroking the beard. What this displays is that you're thinking, that you are actually using your brain. Now, they're not sure exactly why women do find this attractive. I'd like to think that most men do think to some degree, but here's the deal, is that when you do this, it's a natural expression that you are listening and she finds this attractive. And by the way, if you've got a woman who just sits next to you and strokes your beard, that takes you to a whole nother level. The next body language cue she finds irresistible, when you spot her, you adjust your clothing. You want to make sure you look your best. When you do those small details, she picks up on it and absolutely loves it. Now, this next body language cue is so cliche, yet it is still irresistible. In fact, it can make you twice as attractive to a woman that maybe didn't even notice you before. What is it? Guys, walking in and strutting the shoulders. Yes, this is a real thing. We've all seen the cartoons. He walks in and he's building up his arms and he's strutting the shoulders. Guys, this works. But why does it work? This is where it's like, I did the study on this, and it all is about proportions. Because when you strut and you move the shoulders, you draw attention to the shoulders. And immediately, what does she look at? She wants to measure the ratio from your shoulders to your chest to your hips. And she is looking for the V profile, not so much the bodybuilder. I mean, I know some of you guys are bodybuilders. Hey, the ladies can't resist it. Okay. But for most guys, if you simply just have a V like this, you are good to go. Okay, maybe you got a little bit of a midsection. You got a little bit of extra weight on you. What can you do? Guys, I've talked about this before. The power of the sports jacket, of the suit jacket. You can wear clothing that can slim up your profile. Worst case, you've got a square. What you don't want to have is the circle look. This is considered to be the least attractive. Now, there are ways to overcome this. Many guys are going to say a fat wallet. Well, I'm not going to argue with that, but I will say, even if you've got a good build, throw on a jacket. Why? Because a jacket is going to basically create a point here. That point is going to draw attention. But this right here, guys, can make you so much more attractive. So use it to your advantage. Did you catch it? Guys, what we're talking about here are the lips. Women absolutely love it when a man licks his lips and he parts his lips slightly. Now, guess what? Men, we find this very attractive on women. Hence, why do you think they put lipstick on their lips? But the lips, this is again, is something very primal. Oftentimes, animals, human beings, we can pick up things about people when we get close to them, when we taste them, when we touch them. You ever kiss somebody and you're like, there's just something wrong about this? I know Marty McFly with his mom. Yeah, remember that? No, hopefully you've never had that instance. Point here, what we're talking about, guys, is that you can pick things up whenever you're seeing this, the health of a person. If someone is really tightening up their lips, if they're biting on them, this could be a nervous twitch. It could be some type of health issue they have. Is it accurate? Not exactly, but it is something, cues that we use that are very primal that tell us, hey, do we want to get closer to them or do we want to push away? The next body language cue they find irresistible: moving slowly, moving calmly, with confidence, collecting yourself, and just making things happen. Not jumping all over the place, not nervous, not bouncing around, not really anxious-like. Because guess what this does? It makes them feel anxious. It makes them feel like, okay, what's going on? This guy that's, twitching all over the place, does he see something I don't? Because human beings, we are constantly looking for a threat. And if she's looking for a threat because you look like you're looking for a threat, do you think she's thinking about anything else? No, she's wondering, are we going to have to run out of here? Versus when you're calm, collected. This calms down other people. And then you can do things. She starts thinking about things that she would like to do with you in a calm, collected manner, right? This one's simple. Good posture. Roll the shoulders back. When you've got good posture, it's simply a sign of health. An easy thing, oftentimes cured by wearing good clothing that makes you look good and practicing rolling those shoulders back. Going to the gym in the morning. There are a number of exercises that you can do, but I would recommend that if you work at a computer, if you find yourself hunching over, this is something you really want to address because it's just not something people find attractive. Now, what if you want to relax? Do you always have to have the shoulders rolled back and be standing at attention? No, you don't. You can lay back and relax. But what you don't want to do, again, is slump over. So if you're going to relax, you want to just lean back. You want to just, maintain still a comfortable open pose. And again, they find the open pose in general attractive because that shows, hey, I want to take up space. I'm not intimidated by others. Now, we've talked about hunching, but what about actually leaning in? This can be a great thing, especially when she's speaking, because what are you doing? You're showing that you have interest. You want to get a little bit closer. You want to make sure that you hear her. And we talked a little bit about eye contact. Remember, when you're listening to someone, about 50 to 70% of the time, you can make eye contact with them when you're having that conversation. Then you can look over at other things here or there. Maybe if there's a group of people, spread that eye contact out. But about 50 to 70% of the time, you're making eye contact and you're leaning in to show you're interested in what she's saying. So what video to watch next? How about the rules of eye contact? If you're a guy, you need to understand these eye contact rules I talk about in the workplace and beyond. But so many guys mess this up. Guys, make sure that you watch this video right here.